Can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Today also we will read. See, every session our reading will continue because reading is something which will make you speak. And when you speak, you gain confidence and you open up your throat and you open your pronunciation. So your reading will continue with every session. Apart from the readings, we will do another activity which may be something related to words, writing. Today we are going to read a poem. When we read a poem, we don't read like a passage. Poem has rhyming words. Poem has in-depth meaning. So when you express some words from the poem, it has to be a little different. So today, we will also try to understand the meaning of some of the verses. Here, in poem, there we call it a paragraph. What do we call these 4 lines? In poem, what do we call? In a passage, when we are reading a page, we call a paragraph.
Good. Good.
Yeah. Jay,
Good evening.
please. Jay, good evening, please. You had promised me that you will not be late in 2024. Our promise was to be punctual, right?
Sir, I can't join. That's
You could not.
able to join.
There, I could not join.
I could not join.
But there was no challenge. Anyway, so today, when we are learning poem, let's read a poem, and a poem is not read the way we read a passage. Now tell me, when we read a passage, we call a paragraph. What are these 4 lines called? These 4 lines, these 4 lines, these 4 lines, what are they called? You all, have you been doing poems in your classes in school? Augur, has your teacher done poem with you?
What, sir?
Has your teacher taught you a poem?
No, sir. Sir, but I have made many poems.
No, hold on. I know you have made poems. I'm talking about school. Avika, has your teacher taught you poems in school?
Yes, sir.
So, what are these 4 lines called? What are these called?
So
They are not called paragraphs. What are they called? Unnati, any idea what this is called?
so lines.
No. Ayan?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I guess poet.
No, poet is the writer. Poet is the writer, like Robert Frost. The name of the poem is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. It's a very, very popular poem. And it's a very old poem by a very popular poet, famous poet called Robert Frost. So these 4 lines, they're called stanza. What are they called? Stanzas. So let's read. Let's see what stanza means. Let's see the meaning of stanzas in a poem. A stanza is a group of lines in a poem that forms a distinct unit. Stanzas are similar to paragraphs in prose or verses in song. So when we have a song, those 4 or 5 lines, they are called verses or a prose. In a poem, they are called stanzas. Ayan, what is it called?
Sir, stanzas.
Avika, what are they called?
So stanzas.
So how many stanzas do we have over here?
Sir, 5.
4. There are 4. This is the name of the poem. This is the name of the poem. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yes,
Yes,
I am. August, how many stanzas are there in the poem?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jay, I asked August. August, how many stanzas are there in the poem? 4. Jay, how many stanzas are there?
Sir, there are 4 stanzas.
Stanzas,
Stanzas.
not stanger. Hold on. See this word. See this word here. What are they? I'm saying stanzas. What is it? What is it called? Jay? Jay? Disappeared.
Yes, sir.
What is it called?
Stanzas.
Not jazz. Stanzas. Stanza.
Stanzas.
Yes. So let's read the poem and see how we read a poem and how do we understand what is a poet trying to express.
Caesar, I think no.
No. I mean, hold on.
I'm not seeing me stopping here
Hold on.
to
Unnati, Unnati, go on mute. You started reading now. Hold on. Let me read for you. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is a poet. And the name of the poem is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch the woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there's some mistake. The only true sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. This is the way you read a poem and not the same way we read a paragraph. Poem is read with a lot of expression, with a lot of poetic tone. So I read once again and then you all will read. And then I will explain the words and the meaning of this poem. So observe once again. No, hold on. I will read, Jay. Go on mute. And then observe me carefully. Stop. Hold on, August. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. Unnati, read the poem. Udyan, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I hope you will be regular from now onwards.
Sir, can I speak?
Sir.
Yes, Udyan, you will join the batch at 8 o'clock, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay? You will continue with the batch at 8 o'clock. Okay? But now you will stay, don't worry. You will stay. Don't leave. Okay, Unnati, please read. Udyan, go on mute.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village too.
No. First read the name of the poem Then the name of the
I
poem.
think no. I
Jay,
know.
please go on mute. Jay, go on mute.
जैसे दुकान से अगर आप खरीदते तो आप उनको नहीं बोल सकते हम तो बोल सकते हैं ना
Okay, Unnati, read.
Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods
No.
these are I?
Not Robert Frost, is by Robert Frost.
Robert
Frost.
Frost.
Yeah.
Whose woods these are I think I know. His house in the village through. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it square to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lay the darkest evening of the year. He
Very
gives
good.
his
Go ahead.
yes, yes sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I said very good.
He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Very good. But still, you have to rhyme the word. You have to when you're reading, the rhyming word should sound similar. Okay, so don't worry. What you read is good, but little more improvement is required. Okay, Ayan, read.
Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house in a village though.
His
He
house
will not
is his house is in the village though.
His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse think it queer to
Must
stop
think
without
my little horse. Ayan, you have to be careful when you're reading. You're missing words. My little horse must think it queer. Yeah.
my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmer's house near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy winds and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Good, but you're not putting some stress on the words. So what is happening? The voice modulation is not effective. So when you say whose boots these are, I think I know. It's not no, I know. His house is in the village though, because there is a semicolon. And what is the meaning of semicolon? When you have a semicolon, what does it mean? As a punctuation, what does semicolon mean? Udyan, what is the meaning of a semicolon in a sentence? Please go to Google and find out the function of a semicolon in a sentence. When do we add a semicolon? Quick, I'll give you 1 minute, all of you. Find the purpose of a
Sir.
semicolon. Yes.
Sir, this poem, can I just record it and send it to you?
No, hold on, not now. Not now, after the session.
Yes, after session.
Yes, please, beta. Sure. Always welcome. Now, just find the function of semicolon in a sentence. One minute.
So,
Yeah. Yes. Tell me.
so it is related between independent clauses which doesn't have any coordinating conjunctions.
Yeah, that is. Oh, hold on. Abhika, what is the meaning of why do we use a semicolon? When do we use a semicolon?
Sorry, sir.
When do we use a semicolon? Why do we use a semicolon in a sentence?
Sir, I'm finding it.
Okay. J. J. J, you're missing.
Yes, sir.
When do we use a semicolon? Why do we use a semicolon in a sentence? Udyan, why do we use a semicolon? When do we use a semicolon?
When do we use semicolon?
And
I'm finding.
has your teacher taught you in school? Have they taught you sentences? The punctuation? August, when do we use a semicolon? August, awesome. August, are you there? Udyan? Udyan? Abhika, have you found out? August? Unnati, have you found out?
I want to find out why.
Yes, sir.
August, I'm asking you, when do we use a semicolon? Why do we use a semicolon in a sentence?
Sir, I didn't hear you. Yes, sir. What?
I'm saying find why. When do we use a semicolon? When do we use the semicolon?
Sir, I'm finding.
Okay, please, quick. Unnati?
Then why do we use it?
Yeah, tell me.
No, sir, when do we use it?
Yeah, tell me.
So to join two related independent causes in place of comma with the coordinating conjunction.
In place of a coordinating conjunction. In place of a coordinating conjunction. So now, tell me, what is a conjunction?
But
Yeah, what is a conjunction?
joins two different sentences.
Yes, when it joins two sentences, it is a conjunction. And, but, right? These are conjunctions. Now, when we don't use a conjunction, when we link two sentences together, then we use a semicolon. We link two independent clauses. Like this one is a clause. His house is in the village, though. This is a clause. Then another clause is he will not see me stopping here. This clause has nothing to do with this clause. Both are independent. So, but we are linking the two. When we are linking the two independent clauses, then we use a semicolon.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And you will learn this as you start using, and when we learn grammar at a high level, then you will start learning when we use the semicolon, when we use colon, and the other punctuations. So here, Ayan, you said village. It's not village, it's village. I taught you. It's not village, village. To watch his words fill up with snow. It's a poem. You have to be soft. You read it well. Okay. Now, August, read the poem.
Yes, sir.
Read the poem.
Okay. Stepping by woods on a snowy evening by
No. Not stepping, stopping.
stopping. Whose woods days are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with stone. My little horse must
No. You are reading like a passage. This is not a passage, beta. It's a poem. But so you don't have to read like a passage. You have to go slow. You have to give some. You have to sound like a poet. You have to rhyme the words. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmer's ear between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. You have to sound a little poetic. Okay? Okay, August? As if you're reading a poem, beta. Okay? As if you're doing a song. Chalo, start.
whose wood these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his wood fill up with snow. My little horse must think it cure to stop without a farmhouse here. Between the woods and frozen lakes, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness belt a shake to ask if there is some
Your
mistake.
voice is not clear. Are you away from the mic or something? Your voice is not clear.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop
Queer.
without
No,
a farm.
not queen. My little horse must think it queer. Queer is double E. Queer.
Queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is sweep of easy wind and downy flick. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
No, it's not before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep, not before. It's before. Before. Yeah. And you're reading like as if you're singing a song. It has to be between a passage and a song. You're not even singing a song. You're not even singing, singing a rap song, and you're not even reading a passage. It has to be between the two. Avika, read beta. So not Avika. Angelina, read.
Yes, sir. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village through. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near between the woods and
No. You're mixing up. It's not queer. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. And then it's the next line. Okay, next line is between the woods.
Okay, so my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives a Hans bells a shake.
Harness. He gives his harness.
He gives
Harness.
his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake.
No. You are joining in poem, you don't have to join the two lines. He gives his harness bells a shake, okay? Then next line is, because the next line starts with a capital letter, please. In a poem, you will not see a full stop after each line. But the next line will start with a capital letter. It means the first sentence is over. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake, because two words are rhyming. So you are reading it. You are reading this way. You are reading. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask. No, you're not joining the second line, beta. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead. Good.
He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind, downy flake. The woods are lovely.
No, of easy wind and downy flake.
Of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep and miles to go.
No. You have to be more careful. It's not I have promised to keep. I have promises to keep.
But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep.
No, what you read is correct, but the way you read can be improved. The woods are lovely, because the last stanza is very emotional. It's talking about some promises before I die. And it says the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. He's tired. The poet is tired. He's saying, I have to do a lot of things in life before I sleep. I have many promises to make before I die. So it is more of a very emotional stanza. Read again with a lot of emotion.
Okay, sir. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost.
Not Robert, it's Robert Frost.
Robert Frost. Whose words these are? I think I know. His house in the village through. He'll not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near between the wood.
No. Again, you are connecting near and between. First two are rhyming words. Queer and near, they are rhyming words. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. You have to join the first line with the second one because both are rhyming. And you don't have to join the near and between. Between is totally a separate line. Verse. Okay? Read this stanza again.
My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods on frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his talents bells.
No. He gives his harness.
He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep.
Very good. Jay, read the poem, please.
Okay, sir. Robert Frost. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house in the village. village thought he
No.
will not.
No, you're not reading like a poem. Where's thought? His house is in the village, though. It's not thought, though.
Through, he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near between the woods and frozen lake. The
No,
dark
no. Why did you join near and between? Queer and near, they are two rhyming words. Between is a new sentence, new word. So don't mix up the near and between.
between the woods and the frozen lake. The darkest evening
It's not darkest. The
is
darkest.
darkest,
Not
darkest.
Hold on. It is R is more of silent. It's darkest, not darkest. R is silent. The darkest
Dark-
evening of the year.
darkest evening of
No,
the
it's not darkest. R is silent, beta. Darkest. R नहीं बोलना है.
darkest,
No, R बोलना ही नहीं है. Darkest.
darkest,
नहीं, again you're saying R. Darkest.
darkest,
Darkest.
darkest,
R नहीं बोलना बेटा. Not darkest.
Dark.
Darkest. Say dark.
darkest,
No, say dark.
dark,
Dark. R मत बोलो. Say dark.
dark,
Okay, darkest.
darkest,
Now, darkest नहीं. Hold on. August, say darkest. August,
Yes, sir.
say darkest.
Darkest.
Not darkest. Darkest.
Darkest.
Darkest.
Darkest.
Avika, say darkest.
darkest
Darkest.
evening,
Say darkest.
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 Yes. See the dictionary. Let's see the dictionary. I love this dictionary. See, where's the R? There's no R. J. There's no R. It's dark. Darkest. There's no R. See, hear this. Hold on. Hear this. There's no darkest. Here.
dark, dark, dark,
Here
Dark,
it's saying in US.
dark, dark,
dark,
In US it says dark. Here it's saying
dark,
dark,
not okay. So when you say dark, it is more of an American accent. The British accent is dark, no R.
okay, sir.
Okay, read, carry on.
Darkest,
Yeah,
darkest evening of the year. He gives his harmless bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake, to ask if the only
the
Other- only other sounds sleep,
the
sound-
sweet, the sweet.
sound the sweep of easy wind and downly flake. The woods and lovely.
The woods are lovely.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep. And
I have promises to keep. I have
promises to keep, and miles to go before sleep, and miles
To go before sleep.
Oh, before I sleep. Before I sleep.
Before I sleep.
Okay. So, Udyan, read the poem. Udyan. Udyan, read the poem. Beta.
Stopping by Woods on a Snowing Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are?
No. Come on the video. Come on the video. Okay. Jay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house in the village, though.
No. Udyan, we are not reading a passage, but we are reading a poem. Reading a poem is different from reading a passage. Poem, मैंने 3 बार 4 बार पढ़ा है. Poem is read more in a poetic way. Okay? So, whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill with snow. Okay? It has to be read like a poem, not as a passage. Chalo, try. Try. Start.
Whose woods the
No. First read the name of the poem, then the name of the poet, and then we start with the poem.
Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost.
Yeah.
Whose woods these are? I think I know.
No, आपकी एनर्जी कहाँ गई? Whose woods these are? I think I know नहीं. वो कॉन्फिडेंस कहाँ है आपका? चला गया वापस. Read with energy. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. It's a poem. Energy के साथ पढ़ो, poem जैसा पढ़ो बेटा.
Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it quiet.
No.
Stop.
Hold on. It's not quiet. My little horse must think it queer. Queer. Say queer.
Queer.
Yes. To stop
My
without
little
a
horse.
Yeah, go ahead.
My little horse must think it queer to stop
Not
without
queer,
a
no.
farmer.
No. अब रुको, आप आगे नहीं जाओगे. Not queer. Queer. Say queer.
Queer.
Queen.
Queen.
Yes. Quick.
My little horse must think to queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Okay, go on mute. Now, let me just explain the poem to you. Robert Frost is a poet, and he's in the forest. Woods means forest. He's in the dark forest on a snowy evening, very, very cold, and it is snowing in the forest. He's asking, he's inside. He say, whose forest, whose wood these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So woods over here means forest. My little horse must think it queer. Queer means strange. My little horse must be very strange. He's stopping somewhere without where there's no farmhouse. The horse certainly stops where there's no farmhouse. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Does it mean that Robert Frost has seen someone, a boy, a man, who is sleeping in this snowy evening? He gives his harness bells a shake. Harness means you have seen a dog also where we put up the belt from his neck, and you have seen the horse with a long belt along his neck and his mouth, nose. That is the harness. To ask if there's some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and down flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. With miles to go. The poet is making some promises, is saying that I should not stop. I must go on. I must keep on walking because I have made promises to succeed. I've made promises to do a lot of things in life. So I have miles to go before I die. I have miles to go before I sleep. So this is a very, very popular, very famous poem. Now please write down the words, and I want you to give me the meaning of the words as a screenshot. Write down the words. Woods. Write down the words on your notebook. Woods. Then write down snow. Have you written 2 words? Abhika, Jay, Unnati, Ayan. Okay. The third word is queer. The third word is queer. The fourth word is frozen. Frozen. The fifth word is harness. Harness. The sixth word is sweep. Sweep. The seventh word is downy. The seventh word is downy. Eighth word is flake. The eighth word is flake. The ninth word, dark and deep. The ninth word, dark and deep. The 10th word, promises. So what you will do, you will find the meaning for me of these words and write the meaning and send it to me via screenshot. Another task I'm giving you, a very important task. Go to Google and find the meaning of this poem. Write a summary about this poem. Like for instance, if you go here, if you go to this, go to Google and say summary of poem poem stopping here, stopping my woods. So it'll give you the summary. You have to write the summary in 50 to 60 words. You have to write the summary in 50 to 60 words, not by cheating, not by copying and pasting from here. You can see from here, you can read from here, but then you have to write in your own words. You can read. Stopping my Woods on a snowy evening was written by American poet Robert Frost in 1922. The poem is told from the perspective of a traveler who stops to watch the snowfall in the forest, and doing so reflects both nature and society. Frost claimed to have written the poem in one sitting. Here is the poem. So you have to give me the summary. So what is it trying to say here? Here, the speaker, the poet, thinks about who owns the wood and that he or she is passing through, and is fairly sure of knowing the landowner. However, the owner's home is far away in the village, and thus he is physically incapable of seeing the speaker pause to watch the snowfall in the forest. You will read these paragraphs and try to give me a summary. Write yourself and give me a summary in 50 to 60 words. You will get the summary in so many words over here. But you have to give me the summary in 50 to 60 words only. And you have to give me the meaning of those 10 words. Jay, is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want it by tomorrow without fail. I should not send you a reminder. I want the screenshot of the word and meaning and the summary of the poem 50 to 60 words. Avika, is that clear?
So, can you repeat the words that you have spoke to write their
Dear,
meanings?
Here I'll have to repeat everything. You can listen in the recording also here.
Okay, sir.
Woods, snow, queer, frozen, harness, sweep, downy, flake, dark and deep, and promises. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Unnati, are you clear with the task? Unnati,
Yes, sir.
are you clear with the task?
Sir, in the searching one, sir, you have to not paste it. You have to write by ourselves only.
Yes. You can read the summary yourself, but you have to summarize yourself within 60 words. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. No copying pasting. Write in your own words. Ayan, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Udyan, is it clear? Udyan? Okay, fine. So we'll meet again on Thursday, and I want to see the meaning of the poem, meaning of the words, and the summary of the poem by tomorrow. Okay? Please send the screenshots to me. Okay? I want you to increase your writing capacity. Write yourself, explore and write yourself. Okay? Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.